بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين لا سيما بقية الله في العالمين ثم اللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، قال الله في محكم كتابه: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والذين تبوأوا الدار والإيمان من قبلهم يحبون من هاجر إليهم ولا يجدون في صدورهم حاجة مما أوتوا ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة. روي عن أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام بأنه قال: خير الناس من كان في عسره مؤثرا صبورا. For the hastening in the return of the beloved Imam of the time, recite the salawat. عظم الله أجورنا وأجوركم بمصابنا بالحسين عليه السلام. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullah. I express my condolences on the shahadat of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, his companions and his sons and relatives, to the Imam of the time, to the Maraja, and to all mu'mineen, mu'minat, and you brothers and sisters. Tonight we want to take another lesson from Ashura, from the movement of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Tonight is the night of Abdullah ibn Hassan, the son of the 11 years old son of Imam Hassan al-Mushtaba alayhi salam, being left after him to support his brother Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Whatever all the shuhada did, whatever the act of shaheed is, this is why shaheed is called shaheed, martyr, because he has sacrificed his life for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tonight, the lesson we want to take from them and to concentrate more on it is self-sacrifice, ithar. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran describes and admires the people of Medina because of supporting and helping the immigrants from Mecca, not in the time of being wealthy and rich. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala admires them because they supported the holy prophet of Islam when they themselves were poor. They themselves didn't have too much to eat. They themselves, they had very small houses. They themselves had a lot of difficulties and problems. But at the same time, they gave shelter to the companions of the Holy Prophet of Islam and then later to himself. وَالَّذِينَ تَبَوَّأُوا الدَّارَ وَالْإِيمَانَ. And also for those who were settled in Al-Madinah and adopted the faith before them, they love those who immigrated to them and find not any want in their breasts of what the immigrants were given, but give preference over themselves. This is according to the commentaries of Quran is a good translation and interpretation of ithar in English. To give preference over themselves. To consider someone else prior to ourselves in the facilities of life. And the most important one of them is the life itself. To give life to save someone else. This is called self-sacrifice. This is called ithar. Ithar comes before shahada, before martyrdom. The one who cannot give preference to others over himself in small things, in the food, in the drinks, in the dunyavi worldly properties, in dunyavi facilities, in worldly facilities, he cannot close his own eyes on his own sweet life, and he cannot become shaheed. People are of two types in this regard. Some people are very close-handed. They are very stingy. You see, in the time of the Holy Prophet of Islam, Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, فرح المخلفون بمقعدهم خلاف رسول الله وكرهوا أن يجاهدوا بأموالهم وأنفسهم في سبيل الله. Those who remained behind rejoiced in their staying at home after the departure of the Messenger of Allah and disliked to strive with their wealth and their lives in the cause of Allah, for the sake of Allah, and said, do not go forth in the heat. They brought this excuse that you are asking us to go to war, to the battlefield, and it is too hot. The weather would not let us fight. Bringing excuses. This is not a good time for war. Why didn't you choose spring? You chose the heat of summer to fight. If you choose spring, autumn, we will fight with you, but this is too hot. قُلْ نَارُ جَهَنَّمَ أَشَدُّ حَرًّا. O Prophet, say, the fire of hell is more intensive in heat. لَوْ كَانُوا يَفْقَهُونَ. If they would understand. And this is what can make us close our eyes on our benefits, on our belongings, on our lives, to see the day of judgment, to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's chastisement if we do not close our own eyes and if we do not do ithar whenever it is wajib, we will receive the chastisement. When the life of the Holy Prophet of Islam is endangered, when the Holy Prophet of Islam, his successors, or those who are authorized by the successors, we call them the maraja of our time, if they command to do something and we refuse, then the chastisement will await us in the day of judgment. This should make us endeavor and try to do ithar. This is the wajib ithar, but at the same time, the mustahab ithar is mentioned. So here, we see one group of people. In another verse of Quran, in Surah Tawbah, verse 92, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala admires another group of people. وَلَا عَلَى الَّذِينَ إِذَا مَا أَتَوْكَ لِتَحْمِلَهُمْ قُلْتَ لَا أَجِدُ مَا أَحْمِلُكُمْ عَلَيْهِ تَوَلَّوْا وَأَعْيُنُهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ. O Prophet, nor is there blame, there is not a blame upon those, because the previous verses are speaking about those who refuse to go to the battlefield and bring excuses. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning an exception. وَلَا عَلَى الَّذِينَ إِذَا مَا أَتَوْكَ لِتَحْمِلَهُمْ. There is no blame on those, upon those who, when they came to you, that you might give them mounts, opportunity to go to war and help you, you said, I can find nothing for you to ride upon. There is no horse that I can give you. There is no sword I can give you. I cannot have you with myself to the battlefield. تَوَلَّوْا وَأَعْيُنُهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ. They turned back while their eyes overflowed with the tears out of grief that they could not find something to spend for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have such people as well. And inshallah, this is a good link between tonight and the night after, inshallah, about this fact, to shed tear. This is another element of the lifestyle of Imam Hussein alayhi salam in the day of Ashura. Imam Hussein alayhi salam on the day of Ashura also he cried. For some incidents, Imam Hussein alayhi salam cried. On the way to Karbala, for some incidents, in some times, Imam Hussein alayhi salam cried. That is a lesson for us. To learn when to cry, when to weep. And inshallah, I will speak about it later. They used to cry because of not being able to join the Holy Prophet of Islam, not being able to help him, they cried. تَوَلَّوْا وَأَعْيُنُهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ. تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ. Their eyes were full of tears. You see, this character in the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You see this character in few of the companions of the Holy Prophet of Islam, like Abu Dhar al-Ghaffari. He was with the Holy Prophet of Islam in one of the wars, maybe it was the war of Tabuk, the same war that these verses are about. Abu Dhar, he lost his camel and he stayed back because he couldn't accompany the group of believers with the Holy Prophet of Islam. Some of the companions thought maybe Abu Dhar also found an excuse to stay back from the war and save his life. After 3 days, they found Abu Dhar al-Ghaffari, and Abu Dhar reached the troops of Muslims while he was very thirsty. They brought water for Abu Dhar al-Ghaffari to quench him, but they found water with Abu Dhar. They asked him, how come you have water with you and still you are thirsty? Abu Dhar al-Ghaffari answered, on the way to find you, I was passing by a cliff and I found a very pleasant, clean water on that cliff, I wanted to drink from that water. But I thought maybe the Holy Prophet of Islam is still thirsty. How can I drink and the Holy Prophet of Islam might be thirsty? I took the water and I brought it, and I swear to God that I wouldn't drink until I see my beloved drinking before me. We see this in the merits of who? Hazrat Abul Fazl al-Abbas in the day of Ashura. And all of you have heard, and inshallah the story will be mentioned in detail in the special night for him. You see this merit, this fadila, from the very early Islam until the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they gave all what they had, and there were only pieces of bread. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ مِسْكِينًا وَيَتِيمًا وَأَسِيرًا. They had only a few pieces of bread waiting for the iftar time, adhan al-maghrib, to approach, and they could break their fast. First night, miskin knocked the door, the poor. Miskinan wa yatiman. Second night, yatim, orphan, knocked the door. May I have something to eat? Third night, the captive. May I have something to eat? And they gave all what they had. You see this until the movement of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The night of Ashura, Imam Hussein alayhi salam asked his companions and relatives to come together. Imam Hussein alayhi salam told them, from now I lift my allegiance from you, and you can leave Karbala and save your life. These troops of Yazid ibn Ziyad, they want me. They don't want you. You can go, you can take away and leave Karbala. What was the reaction of the true ashab and companions? Subhanallah. They said, how could we leave you before doing something for you? Before fighting for you? Is our blood not eligible to mix with your blood in the day of Ashura? Are we not deserved to reach your position in the day of judgment? We will not leave you until we sacrifice whatever we have for you. This is the lesson we can take from Ashura. If we are like this to the path of Imam Hussein, if this is how we approach the way we consider, we accept as the way of Imam Hussein, any of us, we have a kind of understanding from the true way of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I don't want to argue about that tonight. Whatever you accept. If we are ready to sacrifice our time for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, to spend some time to do some work voluntarily for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, if we are ready to sacrifice some of our belongings for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, at least as much as we can. If we sacrifice some of our power for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, if we sacrifice our reputation for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, then we are on the way to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Then we are Husseini. Otherwise, we are not Husseini. we should change our approach. We should change our way of understanding from Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Another یک نمونه بسیار زیبا که در روز عاشورا به عنوان آخرین نفر تابلوی بسیار زیبایی از ایثار و شهادت کشید و به تصویر درآورد، تابلوی زیبایی بود که عبدالله ابن حسن علیه السلام به تصویر درآورد. این قسم سومی است که ما می‌بینیم یک ایثارگر ولو میدونه که خونش باعث نجات محبوبش نمیشه. عبدالله ابن حسن میدونید امام حسین علیه السلام در روز عاشورا 5 بار اغاثه فرمود، 5 بار مردم رو و چه از اهل بیت خود و چه از سپاه دشمن صدای خودش رو حضرت بالا برد که هل من ناصر ینصرنی هل من ذاب یذب عن حرم رسول الله. آیا کسی هست که حسین فاطمه رو یاری بکنه؟ بار 5 عبدالله ابن حسن به میدان آمد. عبدالله طفل 11 ساله است. سنش و قامت رعناش اجازه نمیداد وارد جنگ بشه. عبدالله ابن حسن گرچه بارها اجازه خواست، عموی بزرگوارش اجازه میدان نداد. این بار آخر که ابی عبدالله علیه السلام کمک خواست، عبدالله ابن حسن دیگه رفتارش رو تغییر داد. صلی الله علیه یا ابا عبدالله، صلی الله علیه یا ابا عبدالله، صلی الله علیه یا ابا عبدالله. یا عمو جان من یتیمی خستم، طائری پربست دل بشکستم، مادرم با مهر تو پرورده است، شیر با عشق تو من داده است، خواست تو تا کربلاییم کند، در منای تو خداییم کند، خواست گرداند مرا دور سرت، دور باد علی اسبرت، چون که امید سار الغایم، همراه خود کرد انسان رایم، حال که انسان عاشقی دادم، دل به مهرت ای عمو جان دادم. ای عبدالله رابی که 70 زخم بر بدنش نشسته بود، بر زمین افتاده بود، ایستاد لحظه استراحت کنه، رمقش رو از دست داده. وقتی صدای حلم ناصرش بلند شد، عبدالله 11 ساله دوید به سمت درب خیمه، از خیمه خارج بشه. یه وقت ببینم زینب سلام الله علیها آستین عبدالله رو گرفت. عبدالله منزل میدان نداری. عبدالله فریاد زد لا الله لا فارغ عبدی، به خدا تنها نمیذارم. خودش رو به هر شکل ممکن از خیمه خارج کرد، آمد به سمت گودال قتلگاه، خودش رو به سینه عموش انداخت. یه وقت ببینن اون ظالم الحرق نکرد، شمشیرش رو بالا برد تا بر بدن حسین فرود بیاره. عبدالله حسن دستش رو حائل کرد، یبن الخلیفه اتقتل عموی، ای فرزند خلیفه میخوای عموی من رو بکشی. شمشیرش رو پایین آورد، دست عبدالله رو قطع کرد. دست عبدالله از حال قطع شد، از پوست آویزان ماند. یه وقت ببینن ابی عبدالله صدای برادرزادش رو شنید، یا الله حسین علیه السلام فرمود فأخذ الحسین ضمه الیه. ابی عبدالله برادرزادش رو به آغوش گرفت، فرمود اصبر علی ما نزل بک. عبدالله صبر کن تا لحظه دیگر جدت تو رو به آغوش میگیره. یه وقت ببینن حرمله با تیر شده عبدالله ابن حسن رو به آغوش همه بگید یا حسین. فرما بحرمت ابنك وسهله فلنحره في حي عبد الإنسان.